Hey, Tamaya here with Co-Parent or Chaos. Today's tip is going to be um, like a follow-up, piggybacking off of the last video. So in the last video, we talked about um, while you're co-parenting, make sure that both parents are making decisions together concerning the children. So this could get a little bit I won't say tricky, but it could get a little bit challenging if you are co-parenting, but you are also married, which is my case. So I am married. However, I still co-parent with my second oldest son's father. So when it comes to um, scheduling different things or making decisions about different things concerning him, my husband does not get too involved as far as like making decisions because he pretty much leaves it up to myself and my son's father. However, like the scheduling part could get a little tricky sometimes because scheduling does not only affect me, it affects all of us. It affects my husband as well. So um, I have to be a bit intentional sometimes when it comes to um, scheduling. It could be pickup, it could be drop offs, it could be um, dates and times for certain events because um, it could it could be okay for my schedule and for dad's schedule, but I also have to consider my husband because sometimes a lot of times he is the one that might have to maybe pick up my son, for instance, maybe from football practice, or he might be the one that has to drop him off somewhere. So I might say, hey, yeah, the time is good, but sometimes we have um, we have two younger children as well. So one of us stays and one of us goes. So the decisions that I make don't only affect me, they affect him as well. So I try my best to consider him and be considerate of him and his feelings as well, which could get a bit tricky sometimes because being a wife and still co-parenting, sometimes you feel like you're in the middle, and if you're in that predicament, I won't say predicament. If you're in that situation, then you likely know what I mean. You know how that feels. But yeah, sometimes you can feel like you're in the middle because you have to communicate, with your child, of course. You have to communicate with the child's other parent, and you also have to communicate with your spouse. So um, it could get a little bit tricky just trying to talk to everybody, trying to keep everybody on the same page. Like, okay, you had a conversation maybe with the other parent. Now you got to make sure that you communicate whatever the outcome of the conversation was, depending on what it is. If there's an event coming up or there's something to do, you got to make sure that you communicate that with your spouse because once again, it's not just you. It affects your spouse as well. So just trying to navigate those waters sometimes it gets a little bit tricky sometimes, but we're making it work. So that's all I wanted to add and hope that helps. Again, just remember that when um, you're making decisions together with the other parent, but be sure that you are communicating with your spouse and you are trying your best to keep everyone on the same page. All right? Because everybody needs to feel valued and everybody needs to be considered. All right? See you next time. Hope this helps. Hit the like button. Leave a comment if it helped you at all, or if there's something else that you would like for us to discuss or talk about. Leave us a comment. All right? See you next time. Bye bye. Co parent or chaos. You choose which one you'd like to have.